Hello everyone, today we're going to be talking about a smart infrared remote controlled gate system. In this particular project designs, we're going to be outlining the things that we use in designing it. As you all know, we usually start from the breadboarding side of it. But first of all, in this project, we're going to be talking about the components used from the breadboard and the schematic view. From here, you can see that we're already testing the project and it's actually working very well. And so let's get down to it then. So to begin with, we have our breadboard view here of the circuit diagram, and next we're going to be having the schematic diagrams of the breadboard view. And this particular circuit diagram can be splitted into parts, bit by bit of them are being assembled. From here you can see the microcontroller section, and here is the schematic view of the um, microcontroller section, which is the standalone of it. And here is a complete circuit diagram for the whole design. Here we talked about how we use our motor drivers and how we interfaced it. Here we're doing the construction of the standalone microcontroller development board. Everything was done using S3 boards and the components part that was used. You can find a complete list of the component part by clicking on the link below. And after the construction of the standalone board, we went ahead to do the interfacing with our various particular parts. Here we are sandpapering the dimension for the bottom of the compound, which we are going to be situating our model, our house model for the design. So here you can see that we have our CD-ROM, two of it, which is going to be making our gating system. So we used angles to hold say the compound walls, to form the compound walls. So here is actually where we are constructing it. Now, after the construction of the model house, we would have a rectangular view that has an opening at the front side, just where we can interface our gating system. And here you can see how we wired our microcontroller development board, the standalone version. And if we power it, we can test our sliding process for the gating system. And for testing, we could power it using a 5 volts as the voltage, or we could also use a 12 volt as seen here. So when testing with the 12 volts, we found out that the speed is actually faster as compared to when testing using a 5 volt. It's slower here. So it's better for us to use the 5 volts so that we can actually observe the whole process closely, unlike the 12 volts that is pretty fast. You see, there we have it. Now, after testing for the movement of the gating system, we'll do a little bit of cable management to make sure that we have a neat wiring pattern in the whole model house, just to ensure that there is no a lot of wires flying around the whole places. Now, after we're done with this particular whole thing, we'll go back to using cardboard papers to design a shape of a home that we can actually use. So looking at from here, we are cutting our cardboard papers into shapes that we can use to design the model house. It's nothing fancy, it's usually very low cost, and you can use any old cardboard that are not that's not in use, and form your home house. So by the time you're done cutting the old pieces together and then joining them back using a glue to hold them together, you would have a shape of a bungalow which you can use pretty much to form your model home. And after that, you find out that your home model house is could be a little bit flexible, so you need to like reinforce it with a wood at the top, and you might want to cut openings to show your doors and your windows. And after that, you might want to put like the roof top just to ensure that it takes the shape of a house. So by the time you're done with this, you would have a beautiful made model bungalow house that you can use to represent the house that is inside the model compound. Well, once done, the shape of the house that we made looks like something pretty much like this. As you can see, we've already painted it, and we're having this very particular look now. Now the next step is to go ahead and power the system and start testing it to make sure that it meets our specification. So from here, I've already uploaded the code, and it's displaying this on the LCD screen. Okay, so now to test out for the opening of the door, or the gate, sorry, and the closing of the gate. So we are to bring our remote and press it towards the face of the IR receiver. Now by the time we press one of the buttons, we could see the gate closing, and this particular button is the HTH minus, since we are using an MP3 car remote. And if we press the CH plus, the gate will automatically open, and we press back the CH minus, it will close. So this actually shows that the design is working the way we programmed it to work. And we could see that one of the gating system is a little bit slower than the other. So now we're trying to test for other specifications like obstacles, if the system can detect obstacle. So we are using a project box, an adaptable box of dimension 6 by 6. So by the time we place it in front of the obstacle sensor, we could see that it will not open until it's being removed, to be outputting on the LCD screen that it has already detected an obstacle. Okay, so and once you detect an obstacle, the obstacle avoidance sensor will emit. Okay, so from here we're testing if there's an obstacle inside and the obstacle wants to move out, the gate will have to open for it, so which actually meets what we're looking for. Now if we change that with a car, that should mean that the car, whatever is inside, even though if the obstacle avoidance sensor senses an object, it should also open up for the car to move out of the compound. Okay, so here we're trying to add more beauty to the gating system. So we're using this cardboard sheet that is being cut into the shape. We're painting it so as to make it look more beautiful at the entrance of the gate. So you could also do the same thing, or you could find your own niche and redesign to your own taste. So from here now, we've already painted it, and look at the look on the whole model system, and it still allows us to operate on the gate, and it's working very well. So now doing our final testing using a toy car, we could see that the system is working the way we want it to be, and pretty much everything that we want is just giving us what we want. So you could redesign to your own taste by going to take the circuit diagram and the source code on our website by clicking the links below this particular video. Kindly comment, subscribe, and share to your friends. Thank you so much.